Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing something a bit different and taking a look at one of my subscribers' cars. His name is Josh. We connected through Instagram from my channel, and he's an awesome guy, big supporter of the channel, and a fellow mopar enthusiast as well, so I wanted to feature his sweet car. Nowadays, when I talk about the Chrysler 300, everybody complains about how Chrysler has left the car for dead, without any major improvements since 2015, and without the SRT model in North America since 2014. Josh's car is a reminder of better days for the 300, as he's got the beautiful 2012 SRT8 with the big 6.4-liter Hemi under the hood. So let's get into the review, taking a deeper look at this beautiful car and going into all the nooks and crannies of the vehicle and what makes the SRT8 so unique and impressive. If you're a 300 lover like I am, hopefully you'll enjoy this one. You can find the video outline on screen now, where we'll talk about things like the design, production, interior, standard features, the performance, competition, and my own driving impressions of the vehicle. So, let's begin. So, moving along, the 300 was released for the first gen from 2005 to 2010, and then a return for the second gen in 2011 all the way to 2014. The 300 always received an SRT8 model that matched the Charger and Challenger, first the 6.1-liter Hemi in the first gen, and then the upgraded 6.4-liter Hemi. The second gen 300 SRT8 actually debuted 1 year later in 2012, so this is the first year this car was available, and it was discontinued after the 2014 model year, so 3 years for the second gen. Back in 2012, the base 300 began at $27,670, the SV6 moved up to $36,020, while the SRT8 was the top dog in the lineup in terms of both luxury and performance, with a price tag of around $48,000 before any options. So the price is steep, but you get a lot of car for the money. As for the SRT8, it has pretty low production numbers. After all, that's one of the major reasons why it was discontinued. Not that many people purchased it. You can find the breakdown on screen, so the entire generation saw just 6,943 produced globally, and for 2012 that total is just 2,786. To break it down further, this vehicle is one of just 269 for Canada, so it's definitely not a sight that you see every day. Colors at launch included bright silver metallic, bright white, deep molten red, black, ivory pearl 3-coat, and tungsten metallic, which is the color of this car. One of the coolest parts about the 300 SRT8 is that to the unsuspecting eye, you wouldn't know it's any different from any other 300. The second generation as a whole got updated visuals that look similar to the Chrysler 200 and Town & Country minivan, with a horizontally slotted front grille and the new, at the time, Chrysler winged logo. The 300 still has a commanding presence on the road just like the Dodge Charger, its platform mate, just a little less muscular. They both share the full-size rear-wheel drive L-Series platform with a 120-inch wheelbase. The 300 SRT8 has sleek headlights with bi-xenon HID projectors, with LED daytime running lights in the inner corners, and there were also new LED taillights as well. Chrysler has done really well to slim the car down to look less chunky, but also more muscular at the same time. The SRT8 gets black chrome upper and lower grille surrounds, black headlight housing, large 4-inch exhaust tips between the rear diffuser, deeper front fascia panels, and a functional deck lid spoiler as well. Otherwise, it does look quite similar to the rest of the lineup. There are still a fair bit of chrome accents, but the door handles, mirrors, side sill extensions, spoiler, and the front fascia accents are all body colored, which is exclusive to the SRT8 and gives it a slightly more muscular appearance. The wheels that you see on screen are stock, 20 by 9 inches all around with 245/45 ZR20 tires. Beneath the wheels are Brembo brakes with 14.2-inch discs up front and 13.8 inches in the rear, and the 4-piston calipers are painted silver to continue the sleeper look. As for the suspension, the SRT8 got Chrysler's adaptive damping suspension system, which was new for 2012, and that helps the car adapt to various driving conditions, taking into account vehicle speed, steering angle and speed, braking force, and lateral and vertical forces. The system takes that data and automatically adjusts the suspension for the best performance and comfort. There are only 2 modes, Auto and Sport. Sport gives you the firmer ride and higher damping rate. This suspension also lowers the SRT8 by half an inch over the other models. For reference, the 2013 SRT8 did gain 3-mode adaptive damping and launch control. Moving inside, compared to the previous 300, the interior was entirely redone, like the instrument panel, seat trims, center console, switches, and door panels and pockets. Only the SRT8 gets suede and Napa leather seats, with the SRT logo stitched in the seatbacks, but I found the side bolsters don't give you the best lateral support. That's pretty much the only complaint that I'll have on the interior though. Real carbon fiber trim is used on the doors, dash, and center consoles. The leather-wrapped heated steering wheel you see is unique to this model, with a flat bottom and 4-spoke design. Behind the wheel there's some paddle shifters to shift gears in the auto stick feature, which we'll get into later. In the center stack there is the 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen, which was revered as one of the best multimedia systems when it came out, and still today actually. And the SRT8 had some extra performance pages in there with gauges and times like 0 to 60 miles per hour, quarter-mile acceleration, and 60 to 0 mile per hour braking. Finally, the instrument panel has a bright look with crisp graphics and ice blue accent lighting. This 300 has the optional 900-watt 19-speaker surround sound system from Harman Kardon. So now to go over the standard features and options, you can find the list of those standard features on screen. The SRT8 basically includes almost every 300/300C option as standard. The only add-ons would be the dual-pane panoramic sunroof, which this car has, red and black leather and suede upholstery, leather premium interior package, the Harman Kardon audio system that we talked about, and a safety tech package. Now we need to look at performance, one of the most important aspects for any SRT buyer. This was the most powerful Chrysler model ever produced, sharing its powertrain with the Dodge Challenger and Charger, as well as the Jeep Grand Cherokee during this era. Under the hood is the big 6.4-liter Hemi V8 with 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission with the auto stick feature that is controlled via the paddle shifters. Once again, there are two preset modes, Auto and Sport, the latter which shifts at higher RPMs for more spirited driving, or you could also just put into auto stick. The only mod added here that wasn't stock is a Mopar cold air intake on the car. Chrysler claims a 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, and the quarter mile in 12.6 seconds, with a top speed of around 175 miles per hour. Not bad considering the weight is a whopping 4,387 pounds. That's also a 45 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque increase over the previous SRT8. The SRT8 also has a 226mm rear axle and 3.06 axle ratio. Gas mileage is rated at 14 city, 23 highway, and 17 mpg combined, but the buyers aren't getting this to save fuel. This Hemi also has multi-displacement system, or MDS, which will shut off 4 cylinders under certain conditions to save fuel, and that gets up to 25% better gas mileage than the previous SRT8, as Chrysler claims. The exhaust system uses 2.75-inch pipes out to 4-inch tips, and this specific vehicle has a resonator delete. The last aspect of this review to look at is the competition, always a hot topic of discussion amongst performance vehicles as we compare who's got more power and who's getting down the line the quickest. It's easy to compare it to the Dodge Charger first, and they were mechanically identical in every way aside from stiffer tuned shocks on the Charger SRT8 and $1,000 more on the price tag for the Chrysler's 300, but of course the 300 is not nearly as visually loud as the Charger, which is bolder and more muscular to appeal to its own target market. Of course, there are tons of external competitors for the 300 in general, but focusing more specifically on the SRT8, we include vehicles like the Hyundai Genesis R-Spec, Mercedes-AMG E-Class, Cadillac CT-SV, Audi A7, Mercedes CLS 550, and BMW 550i and M5, just to name a few. Now, while the 300 SRT8 isn't the best performing car among this bunch, it is tens of thousands cheaper than each of the others, save for the Genesis. And it is within half a second for the 0 to 60 time and quarter miles for all of them. So basically, you can hang with these expensive luxury cars for way less of a price tag. Compared to the other cars on this list, for the price, I do think it's the best bang for your buck in terms of performance and luxury. Finally, as for my driving impressions, there's really very few negatives that I can think of for this car. It's firmly planted even when going extremely fast, the SRT suspension gives it a firm and well-handling ride, and there's tons of power at your disposal whenever you want to use it. The stability control works well, not letting you get away with too much. The interior is impressive with nice seats and soft touch materials used, and you can really block out the outside world from inside that cabin. I will say that this car is tailored for a specific market, and as mentioned, it is the ultimate sleeper vehicle. When driving fast performance cars, I've always expected to hear lots of noise from the exhaust as you mash the gas pedal, which also adds to the fun of the drive. With this car, you get the thrill of a fast car without much noise at all, making it a unique experience. The interior was so well insulated, and the exhaust is rather quiet for what it is, so it does sound great when you're behind the car or with the windows down, but otherwise it's not loud at all. And of course, that's who it was marketed for. Older, classy guys who want the luxury of the 300 with the big V8 performance, or a younger guy like Josh, who just wants the ultimate sleeper sedan to kick ass around town and surprise people. Standing next to this car in the parking lot, to the right person like myself, you're just in awe of the beast. To the non-car guy or girl, you're just another classy 300. So it's the best of both worlds. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy that in-depth look at the 2012 Chrysler 300 SRT8. A huge thanks goes out to Josh for letting me drive his car and having a great day of filming with him. So make sure to like and subscribe for a lot more Mopar and car content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.